Mixed division. In this nugget, the learning objective is to divide numbers that are in the times tables. You should try to do these division calculations in your head, but it may take practice. So, we'll look at using number lines, fingers, known facts, and the inverse to help you. So let's look at this calculation. 18 divided by 6. That's the same as saying how many lots of 6 are there in 18. We could use the inverse to help us. The inverse would be something times 6 equals 18. So if you know your 6 times tables well, you may be able to answer this already. Let's use these dots to help us. So we've got 18 dots and we need to divide them into groups of 6. If we do this, you can see that we've got 3 groups of 6. So 18 divided by 6 equals 3. And if we were using the inverse to work this out, then 3 times 6 is 18. This inverse proves that we must be correct. So now let's have a look at how you can solve division calculations using a number line. So we've got 28 divided by 7 here. There are 2 key words that you should know: the dividend and the divisor. So the dividend is a number that's being divided, and a divisor is a number that you are dividing by. So here the dividend is 28, and the number that we are dividing by, the divisor, is 7. If we were to look at the inverse of this calculation, it's something times 7 equals 28. So you may already know this. But let's have a look at how you could use a number line to help you if you didn't. So the dividend is the number that you need to count up to, and the divisor is the number that you need to count in. So remember, when using a number line, always start from 0. So we're going to count in our 7s until we get to 28. So we've got 7, 14, 21, and 28. And then we count the number of jumps that we've made. And this will be our answer. So we've got 4 lots of 7 make up 28. So 28 divided by 7 equals 4. Or you could count on your fingers to help you. So we still need to count up to 28, and we're going to count 7 on each finger. So we've got 7, 14, 21, and 28. And we've counted 7 on 4 fingers. So this also shows us that 4 is the answer. You can choose whichever method works for you. Now let's have a look at another example. This time 63 divided by 9. So if we're using a number line, we need to count up to 63 and we need to count in 9s. So we start at 0, add 9, get to 9. 18, 27, 36, 45, 54 and 63. We stop at 63 because this is our dividend, and then our answer is the number of jumps that we've made. So there are 7 lots of 9 in 63, so 7 is our answer. And if we look back at the inverse, 7 times 9 is 63. So this proves that we were correct. And now let's just recap how you could have got this answer using your fingers. So you need to count up to 63 and you need to count in your 9s. And your answer, instead of being the number of jumps that you've made, is the number of fingers that you've counted on. So we've got 9, 18, 27, 36, 45, 54 and 63. You've counted on 7 fingers, so this proves that 7 is the right answer. Now it's your turn. Use whichever method is easiest for you to solve 36 divided by 6. Pause the video and have a go. So you may have used a number line and counted in your 6s until you got to 36 and counted that there are 6 6s in 36. Or you may have used your fingers and counted on 6 fingers to get up to 36. Or maybe you just used the inverse and knew that 6 times 6 is 36. Whichever method you used, well done if you got the answer 6. If you're working with larger numbers, you can use facts that you already know to help you. So let's look at this example. 96 divided by 12. This is the same as saying how many 12s are there in 96, or the inverse, something times 12 equals 96. So we're going to use multiplication facts that we already know to get close to the dividend. So we know that 5 times 12 equals 60. So there are 5 12s in 60. And then we're going to continue to count on in the divisor until we get to the dividend. So remember, the divisor is 12, so we're going to continue to count in our 12s until we get to 96. So from 60, add 12 to 72, add another 12, that gets us to 84, and add another 12, which takes us to 96. So we know that there are 5 12s in 60, and then from 60 to 96, there are another 3 12s. So we need to add on these extras. So we add the 3 12s. So in total, there are 8 12s in 96. So the answer is 8. So remember, when you're dividing, try to work out the inverse, because you may be able to use your knowledge of times tables to answer the calculation straight away. If not, you can use number lines or your fingers to help you. The first number is the dividend, and this is the number that you need to count up to. The second number is the divisor, and this is the number that you need to count in. The number of jumps you've made, or the fingers that you've counted on, is your answer. And if you're dividing large numbers, you can use facts that you already know to help you.